Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back. It's Wargame Red Dragon Part 6 on the Second Korean War. Special hello to all you loyal Rat Pack members out there who've been here a long time. It's good to have you newbies here, good to have you old pros here, and it's really great to have you guys as a community. So thanks a lot for joining me. With that said, it's time to blow some stuff up, and primarily blow some stuff up at the sector known as... Where's the name here? I just had it a second ago. We're going to be battling it out with the enemy at Crunchin. Yeah, oh wow, that's a real small name. I thought it'd be a little bigger. But anyway, we're right here. We've got some assets against the enemy, just as before. We have 8 tanks and aircraft as well. We could fold out of the area and retreat back to Daejeon, which I am thinking would be a better idea, since we will need to defend our aircraft here and or use it or lose it. They're also attacking Seoul, and we were able to successfully defend against that. And Wanju here, it's going to be a major tank battle. Hopefully we can continue to kick ass on all fronts. Though it's not going to be easy. They're coming at us full steam with everything they got. So anyway, let's get right into it. It's going to be a little tough here. We have a lot of enemy forces that rage against us here. In fact, we're going to be facing... the real killer here is the 22 T-72Ms, and we basically just have... we just have a couple of Harriers, 8 M48 AK-5s, or A5Ks, and then Mistrals and whatnot. The best thing for us to do would probably be to shoot down enemy aircraft, but they've only got 1 aircraft remaining, which is really good for us. Unfortunately, 2 anti-aircraft companies against us, which includes Shilka's SPAAGs, which are really good, and the Pongay 2, which I've not yet seen used, at least in this battle, not previously. So anyway, if we retreat, it's going to be bad. If we advance, it's going to be bad, but we're going to have to at least hold and put up a better fight against the enemy with some of this obsolete equipment, and hopefully buy us time to have better units on the field and to hold more of the map, so that way we can get stuff better, easier to deploy it. If we hold Seoul, I'm thinking we are more apt to counterattack quickly. Alright, what we're going to do here is we're going to try to hold for 20 minutes. We have no morale, but we can try to give it a go and call out everything that we need right off the start. Calling out a number of enemy tanks to block roads, and those 2 roads, of course, will probably be the only 2 ways to get into town here. Now, we don't really have any infantry to use. We only have the 1 command tank, which will probably be immediately detected. Echo is that's really asking for trouble to hold that sector, and the Harriers with their bombs are great against those tanks, but also great against our own aircraft is their SPAAGs. So we'll just have to hope that we don't encounter those if we do call out planes. We do have some support vehicles, mostly anti-aircraft, which I'm not too worried about at the moment. Recon's out, and we pretty much called up everything that we can use. So let's go ahead and launch the battle. We'll bring our recon up to try to spot where the enemy's coming from, but we can pretty much assure that they're all going to come to the 2 Seoul or Seoul entrance here. This is basically that they know there's a command there, so they're going to have to take it down. Alright, so the KAFV-90 is armed with a 90mm cannon, and the T-72s immediately spotted it. Amazing, by the way, how the recon didn't spot the tanks beforehand. Line of sight is very important here, and recon's probably best out in an open area like this. So this battle will probably be over sooner than you think. 90mm cannon on that. 105s on the M48 A5K. I always want to say AK, but it is the A5K. 37 rounds, 2100 meters on the range, 40% accuracy, and 13 on the AP power. Actually very good against those T-72s. And of course, in great numbers like this, they'll be a little bit more effective, but hopefully they can find those enemy units now that the recon is dead. We'll call out the Harriers then, the American Harriers being launched from the carrier. And we'll have them on station just in case enemy tanks pop up. It's not really recommended to have aircraft out hovering around, especially when it comes to multiplayer. and or this game mode as well. But I do know in this mode, the enemy's got one aircraft that they can call out against us, and if we see it, the Harrier does have the 30mm and the AIM-9J. We do have enemy units spotted finally. Gonna go ahead and see if we can drop bombs on them. Really, a nice kill there. Good. Before the enemy even really got a chance to react. Bombs are going down. Boy, they're taking a long time to fall. 500-kilogram bombs, I believe those are. Is that correct? Yes, 500 kilograms. We did lose a tank there now. Let's see if we can drop another bomb. T-72s are pretty much an insta-kill if they fire. Bombs are coming down on top of them. A little too high on that. 2 tanks killed, though. Very good defensive tanks. Always a pain in the ass in previous campaigns to have advanced against this sort of late 50s and 60s armor. This weapon is from 1982, though, but I believe it's probably still an older tank. These actually look very similar to the Marine tanks as well that you get. All right, we do have oh man, an area at Delta I'd like to capture, but we're very slim on our forces. We could speed up the timer at this point, but it would be somewhat ineffective to do so. And as you can tell, Charlie's very excited about the repelling of the North Korean forces. He's got an attitude today. That'd be my my little dachshund. What kind of dog do you have? Comment down below on if you have a dog or a cat. Do you like fish? Maybe birds. Speaking of birds, our 3 Harriers here, ready to strike at the next tank convoy that may be spotted here at Chuncheon. They do have Sokcho as well, which could be another position to call out a convoy of tanks, and that's really going to be the only way the enemy will break through. They can come through Daejeon here, and they could come up right behind the M48A3, and that's a real possibility. 16 minutes remain. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up until we see enemy units again, and we're actually going to have these Harriers break off, and we'll just click back to normal as soon as things are spotted. And it actually looks like missiles had come out there, right, SPAAGs, and some sort of AA must be there as well. T-72s are getting 3 insta-kills in a row, 4 insta-kills in a row. 5 insta-kills there. And that's going to be over. Cargo trucks are in enemy possession now. I'm not exactly sure what that was. I believe they just shot at their own supply truck, possibly. It did disappear. But, oh, now it's makeshift recon instead. Never mind. Where do you need us, sir? Alright, there was enemy AA spotted from Daejeon. And in these early days of the war, it's going to be very difficult to, regardless of whatever tactics you try to deploy, it's just not going to work out so much with outdated equipment and a lack of trained units and etc., etc. So we did pull the enemy maximum point down a little bit, and we are still on the lookout for those T-72Ms. They've now captured Delta. This area will slowly but surely be in possession of the enemy, and we're just looking now what other units we can use. And it looks like multiple tanks are spotted, and this yep, already outnumbered by unfortunately by those T-72Ms. And there you go. Alright, so you can actually see everything that was coming down the roads is nothing but T-72Ms and SPAAGs. Luckily, though, we are able to retreat to Daejeon, and our aircraft will come with us. And now it's time for a fight here at Wanju. It looks like we have some of the best tanks available at the moment, the K1s, which could absolutely crush anything the enemy has. Their Type 59s are really no match for our own tanks. So, and unfortunately, the terrain is somewhat hilly. But if we move from Bravo to Sokcho, we actually might be able to just push them off the map. Ideally, I'd like to get some sort of helicopters to start going command hunting again, as we had in the previous Soviet campaign, but that's always a dream. I did not see any enemy AA or aircraft rather, so we're actually pretty set here. We have a multitude of command positions we can take. Bravo again being one of more of the important ones. We'll actually switch over to the tank. And being defeated and having to retreat, I think, is the idea here. We're really not... I mean, the objectives do say to hold the very bottom few, not to hold Seoul or anything else. It's just basically play the Korean War all over again in modern days, which is very interesting and very, very fun. All right, we have K-111s here. Infantry, 85s. We're actually gonna come on down with another attack here and here. We'll we got recon units here. What are these tanks? Two apiece we can buy. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and attack. Let's see what we can do. Enemy morale is much higher again. Keep that in mind. And we're actually gonna speed fast. Alright, 25 millimeters will be in a defensive position. Tanks are coming up quickly. Let's bring up our K1s to a defensive position. Fob spotted. Okay, looks like they're retreating to defensive positions at the moment. I did see some units here. Type 59s are spotted. Insta-kill on recons, shocking. How did I predict that? Alright, so much for that recon. I can barely see anything in the woods. I wish it could. Enemy looks like it's going for a flank of some sort. Lol's worthy. Alright, well, we'll... Oh, never mind. I was going to go and look for him, but no need now. They did kill a 25 millimeter, but those K1s will hold for a long time. Sending out that infantry to give them something else to shoot at while the big nice tanks come in. 130 millimeters are basically gone now. Beautiful autocannon. Infantry's very close. And that's the end of the enemy artillery. Multiple commands are probably around here. And you can bet that they're going to Yeongdeok or something. Huge number of enemy infantry again. Beautiful. Autocannons with heavy tanks are nearly unstoppable. We're getting lucky here. 130 millimeters are on the run. Too bad we can't capture artillery. They're coming out faster than I can kill them in some cases. If another ATGM gets close, I will... Okay, looks like the enemy command's fleeing from Sokcho. Those tanks are completely holding on their own. And I think we're going to need more of them. Oh, there's the enemy command. Go and chase him. Autocannons are stellar. Okay, tanks are on their way. It's going to be a while. Oh, looks like we got surrounded. Luckily, most of our infantry survived. 25 millimeters are a big loss. Alright, we're going to retreat with the FOB now. Enemy, of course, targeting our FOB due to jealousy. And don't worry, we're bringing heavy tanks into the woods against infantry, so according to everything I know about Wargame, tanks are insta-win. Except for in this case. Which is why that's kind of BS. Too bad they're not calling in artillery on their own units. Alright, K1s are in a little bit of trouble now. Much more North Korean infantry than I had expected. One of them destroyed. I think it's self-destructed. Their command, or their call-out point, though, is cut off, so they're going to have to push through. They're going to have to recapture it in order to do something. Alright, we're going to bring up our cargo trucks. Wow, I am impressed with the amount of enemy units that we've killed. Alright, let's see. I would like to capture these cargo vehicles, but they're staying away. Additional K1s have arrived. These K1s taking several hits. Ping and Chong, 72. Total rounds in there. Can't believe the amount of weapons they've rounds they've shot. The tanks have calmed down a bit now. I don't understand why these tanks aren't taking the main road. Damn it! Go, go, go! All right, recon is back up as well. Cargo is still retreating. If they do capture Sok Cho again, though, we can easily push through. Oh, here we are. Korshan, by the way, is almost like a BMP-1. I'm actually not sure of exactly what that is, but you guys could tell me down below. Alright, oop, enemy tanks. Oh, of course, every tank ever now somehow got into the main road. Except for they went over here and then came back after I was gone, I guess. Let's come up behind him. This is gonna be lols. Man, tanks are evil. They're really doing some good work. Alright, so we're going to come up behind the enemy tanks now. K1s are ready to rock. We have a total of 1,000,000 tanks. Oh, they have autocannons of their own. Each cannon fires once, but with all those tanks, it's about 1,000 rounds a century. T-55 recon there is going to have to explode. Let's make that happen. If you actually click on the unit, it will self-destruct. Oop, there we go. That's just a joke. Alright, Type 59s are starting to fall real quickly. 130 millimeters, causing some trouble over here. I wonder if the enemy destroyed the FOB rather than recapturing. We're down to minimal health with these K1s. And fuel. Those are real veterans there. But desperation can be the best teacher. Oh, they're running like girls in a bathroom after a boy walks in. Oh, get out, dude. Hello, ladies. Cow. This one's routing. 130 millimeters are 95 points each, and it looks like, look at that, somebody snuck up behind our command. Quickly gonna switch vehicles here. Sneaky, clever girl. Patient. Alright, we should have no problem holding with our command. And if so, we'll just call out another one. Well, come on, just die. This one's being a little difficult. Wow, taking a century to fire this recoilless rifle. I thought they may be holding infantry, so I did call out flamethrowers. But no need. It's pretty embarrassing for the enemy. They lost their call-in point. We're lucky that we had K1s, though. And I believe the fob there has been destroyed. Boy, those South Koreans do a lot of talking. Korshuns are coming in again. Another unit spotted there. Supply truck out in the open. Maybe time to send some tanks back. Maybe. We own 70% of the destruction points. Alright, this one cargo truck did us some good. Reloading some of our ammo and some fuel as well. Ah, shit. As predicted, there's a... Well, I guess I shouldn't say as predicted, but I'm not shocked to see a enemy tank just blocking. It's a BRDM. What do we got? Kafka could come back. Oh, we got some more cargo trucks to capture. That's a possibly lure and skewer. Had the wrong unit selected there. Bongchosu coming in. Defensive line ready. 106s are on the way. All right, this round much better. Really bringing the enemy down hard. 140s are almost ready to fire. They need to get up to about this line here. ATGMs are firing. Alright, we did finally clear that area. Cargo trucks probably won't be affected. They are captured. They have too many close units. Son of a bitch. Sporadic enemy tanks are now going to eventually close in on us. We're gonna have to call some tanks to other sectors. They muster to cluster. I'm actually going to call out command tanks now to deal with some of these vehicles, since it's the only tanks we have. Cargo trucks are coming from everywhere to greet us. They're only killing affordable transports at this moment. Alright, we're gonna advance from Sokcho here. And if they happen to recapture, the goal now is to just try to block intersections. Pretty funny though that they got around us like that. Very mobile movements at the start. That's really nice to see. Usually it would just be everything going one direction and hopefully you kill it, but it's a little different this time around. We'll need these Zills in town right away. Enemy still has a distinct advantage of 1,000 points. TO-55 spotted. These transports are going to be death. We need to get them out of there. Geez, TO-55s everywhere. Too bad we can't drop bombs on anything. Alright, this is going to end up ending pretty good. Luckily. We're really lucky to capture all of Kim's personal cargo. There we are. Alright, so that should clear the city. Whoa, Korshun coming to try to flank. Very close to that other command. Yeah. Going for empty cargo trucks now. Alright, anything we call out at Sokcho may be killed. They have young... we've basically flipped the order of things now. Alright, well, anyway, we did really well here. Considering that we had heavy tanks, of course, to defeat those types of numbers, and that's exactly what we need more of if we're going to see any sort of victory. This will probably end in a draw, I would hope. We're only a few hundred points off from each other, and we've kind of just traded starting zones with the AI, and Bravo. I'd like to get a tank up there if we can. We did clear the way with K1s, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's something waiting for us, but sometimes you just got to play it quick with the amount of time you have, 1 minute and 12 left, of course. Now, when you're playing these campaigns, you got to remember you're playing for an overall campaign rather than just an individual battle just for a win. Sometimes you've got to throw everything into getting basically nothing in order to clear a sector or to just make sure the enemy doesn't advance. And obviously the enemy now is trying to change the tide of battle by throwing some of their better units or okay units or standard units into South Korean forces. They'll not get into that town. It's just too well defended. But I'm hoping we do get through at M48A3 to capture. And man, that was interesting. They threw in all of their transports and then the infantry came later. They must have emptied everything out down here and had them walk in some sort of weird two-prong attack, which actually is smart, because if everything came in at once and we had artillery, we would have basically blown right through it. I'm hoping... Oh, yep, here comes the sneaky cargo truck. Now, if he doesn't get captured... Alright, we're not going to actually capture Bravo before the end there, but that's okay. We did close the gap quite well there. Very, very cool job of those forces. Really good fighting from them. Only losing a few tanks. What did we lose? One KV-1? Or KV-1. It's basically a KV-1. Alright, so Type 59, that's 32 of them just gone. The tank company's the only thing that remains, and the artillery company and infantry regiment have been taken care of. So aircraft are returning to base. Good. And looks like the battle for Seoul and the battle for Wanju now begins. We do have reinforcements that we can bring to Seoul now, and we can push up some extra forces as well. Again, the enemy is attempting to try to get around us with helicopters, so we'll go into more strategic movements in the next episode. We'll do some mega map stuff, and we'll take Mokpo, and we'll try to secure our western flank a little bit more effectively, and then make sure that none of their forces push any further into South Korea. It looks like they've hit a wall here, so we'll be sure to assist those forces at Wanju, and also make sure that Daejeon doesn't fall, because that's supporting both sectors, and I think we've got them between a rock and a hard place. Not a rock, but a North Korea and a hard place. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys. Keep your passwords and pin pan strong. Thank you so much for your support ongoing, and we'll see you. Bye.